Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. And welcome back, No Contact Army. Have you been a good soldier? I certainly hope so. And if you too would like to join the No Contact Army, it's very simple. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button and also the bell notification to make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. And to read the No Contact Army manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can download 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. And be sure to listen to the end of the video because I'm going to let you know how to get a free coaching session from me. Today I want to talk about something that is very dear to my heart. And the title is Do Not Listen to This Person During No Contact. Now, who do I mean? Who is this person? Well, first, let me tell you what happened. A client of mine broke no contact after 4 months because this person suggested it. And who would that be? That would be their therapist. 120 days down the drain. And of course, my clients never tell me that they're about to break no contact because they know that I'm going to stop them, So, of course, he went ahead and did it. And as you can imagine, it did not turn out well. And by the way, anytime a client of mine has broken no contact without my explicit permission, it has never gotten them their ex back. Ever, ever, ever. That I can remember, I'm pretty sure. However, if you're one of my former clients and you broke no contact without my permission and you did get your ex back, please remind me, but I can't think of anyone. So why did the therapist suggest breaking no contact? Because she wanted him to have closure because she saw he was struggling. And so her thinking was, well, listen, just contact her, and if she doesn't want you still, then you've got your closure, and if she does, then you're back together. However, there is an issue with that type of logic, as I will explain shortly. So when you're asking a therapist or asking anybody actually for any type of advice, you have to think about what is their perspective. Okay, because if you were to ask the same philosophical question to a Buddhist monk, a Jewish rabbi, a Catholic priest, whatever, you would probably get 3 different answers. So a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever, let's just say therapist for this recording, they are coming from a mental health perspective. And by the way, before I go on, I just want to say this is not about bashing therapists. They are absolutely necessary in this world, but they're not trained to help you get an ex back. That's not what their training is. And I don't think there's a help your client get their ex back class when they are going to college. Maybe there should be, and I should probably be the one teaching it. So Harvard or Princeton, are you listening? But that's not what they're trained in. They're trained in helping people with their neuroses, their psychoses. If you have bipolar disorder, borderline, excellent. You got to go to them. Don't come to me, because if you have bipolar and you come to me, I'll just say, I don't know, here, take some lithium and call me in the morning. So they are absolutely necessary. And so their perspective is from a mental health issue. And in seeing him struggling during no contact, of course, she suggested just do it. However, what a lot of people don't know, and you would think therapists would know this, but they don't, is that, first of all, the brain scans of people who are going through a breakup, who've been broken up with, who are in love with someone, and that person isn't in love with them, they're very similar to the scans of people who have a coke addiction or a cigarette addiction. Okay? So many times my clients have said, oh, well, my therapist said that I should just move on. Yeah, well, you're not going to move on because you're addicted to this person. That's like telling a coke addict, listen, come on, just stop doing coke. Come on, it's not good for you. Just stop it. Oh, okay, sure, I'll just stop doing coke. It doesn't matter that I can't function without it. It doesn't matter that people pay tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to rehab for weeks and months. I'll just stop doing coke. Darn it, why didn't I think of that? So that's the same as telling someone who's been broken up with, listen, just move on. They're not moving on. And you know what? Even if they do call to get quote unquote closure, if they don't get the person back, they're not getting their closure. They're not going to just say, oh, okay, now they still don't want me after 4 months, so I'll just move on. That's not happening. He did not get his closure. It was a very superficial conversation, as it is when you have been broken up with and you're the one who reaches out to your ex because you know you're coming from the underdog position and they have the power. And so you're careful about what you're going to say, and they're careful about what they're going to say if they're not interested in getting back with you because they don't want to lead you on. And so, of course, when he suggested getting together just to quote unquote catch up, of course, the answer was no. So there's no closure, and there's 120 days of no contact down the drain. Now, obviously, she didn't know that, but this is why I say you cannot listen to a therapist when it comes to getting your ex back. The knowledge that I have, money cannot buy, okay? They say that experience is the best teacher, but the tuition is very costly, and I paid a lot of tuition for my knowledge. I paid with my life. I paid with decades and decades of experience, and of course, reading and interviewing authors of dating and relationship books, and that's how I acquired all my knowledge, which you cannot buy what I have in knowledge. And over 90% of the time, when a client of mine, because often my clients are seeing a therapist, which often is a good idea, when they've said, oh, well, my therapist said that I should do this, or my therapist said that I should do that, over 90% of the time, it was the wrong advice. I remember one time, this one guy, he was trying to get his ex back, and the therapist said, yeah, you'll never hear from her again. And then he told me the story, and I'm like, get out of here. I go, she's not going anywhere. You will definitely hear from her. Well, who do you think was right? Let me see. Oh, yeah, that would be me. Now, how did I know he was going to hear from her again? Because I could tell she was using him for material gain. And then she would do these fake breakups to get him to fall in line when he wasn't doing what she wanted him to do. So this was yet another breakup. And so I knew that as long as she was able to gain from him materially, to benefit from him, she wasn't going anywhere. And in fact, in a few days, guess who popped up? That would be her. Right? And how do I know all this? From my years and years of experience. So yes, of course, talk to your therapist if you're having a difficult time during no contact. Talk to them about your feelings, your sadness, your feelings of grief, your childhood, whatever. But do not ask them how to get an ex back. That's not what they're trained in. And even if you just ask a quote unquote regular dating expert, they're not going to know either. This is a very specialized area. There's a lot of intricacies, as you can see from all the videos that I've made. And I have a quote here from a former client of mine who was seeing 2 therapists before he found my videos. And he says, after months of twice weekly relationship counseling and therapy with a psychologist and psychotherapist, the words that Lucia spoke answered so much of what I was going through and experiencing and had not heard from my counseling sessions. I was shocked. Suffice it to say, I began winding down these sessions and began my relationship work with Lucia. After a few short weeks and months, I felt I had answers and understanding that had previously eluded me. I have since reconciled my relationship and have clarity where before this did not exist. So little old me took the place of not 1, but 2 therapists with degrees. Not everyone who has knowledge needs to have a degree. And not everyone who has a degree is going to have the knowledge that you need to get your ex back. And also, I know that everyone listens to a lot of different ex-back coaches. You're not just listening to me. That's fine. And you may wonder, well, who should I choose? Well, you definitely have to go to the one who speaks to you in the sense that you resonate with what they say. You vibe with what they say. You feel good about what they have to say. And Also, take a look at how many testimonials do they have. Do they have any testimonials? If you go to my website, The Art of Love, you'll see I have a million testimonials. I have even more to post, but I have not. And also, what is their success rate? How many success stories do they have? I think at the moment I have 19 videos of success stories and I have another one ready to go. So you have to make the right choices when it comes to who to listen to when you're trying to get an ex back, because sometimes you're only going to have one chance and you don't want to blow it by listening to the wrong person. You may not get a second chance. Okay? So comment below and let me know if you've asked your therapist on advice about getting your ex back and what did they say. And finally, I know that a lot of people are currently having financial issues, so I'm going to be giving away a free coaching session with every video that I post. And all you have to do is like this video and comment with either "I'd like a coaching session" or something like that, or a brief comment about your current situation, and also include at the end of that, "I would like a coaching session." And I will choose one winner 24 hours after I posted this video. So the comment has to be made within the first 24 hours after I posted this video. If it's afterwards, obviously, I will have already picked the winner. And in the meantime, if you would like my help personally to get your ex back, go to theartoflove.net. The direct link is below and we'll send you the rates. If this video has been helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.